Okay, episode 3. I'm gonna take this front end apart because I noticed there's about 1/16 of an inch of vertical play, and then back and forth just about as much. Maybe not quite a 1/16 of an inch, but there's noticeable play in both directions in this. So I'm guessing it's worn out bearings or they're just not tight enough. And my other guess is this is the old type of bearing that it's a race, loose balls in another race, and the grease is probably gone, so it's probably going to fall apart really quickly. So let's go for it. Gauge cluster off. Ooh. Yeah, I should not be able to spin that tight by hand. Okay, so important decision to be made. Do I just tighten it up and think it's good? Or do I actually loosen this and see how bad it is? Keep my hand on the bottom, keep it from completely falling apart. The other thing is I don't have a wrench for this. That takes a special wrench, a spanner wrench, or you can do it every shade tree mechanic since the beginning of time has done with these and use a chisel or a flat bladed screwdriver. Okay. It's not looking good, it's looking dirty. Ooh. Yeah, that's greasy, grimy gopher guts in there. And loose balls. I apologize for the camera for this, but it's those loose balls. So I need to be incredibly careful when I take these out, because what's going to happen is if I drop this bottom piece out, there's going to be balls going everywhere. So now I have to try and keep my hand on this and not shake it, and hope I can reach the magnet tray on my toolbox to catch all this crap that falls out, and it will fall out. So alright. Now I believe that I only dropped this one single ball. So I'm just going to scrape all those balls off in there. See, it's not the cleanest. That grease is trash. The seals are trash. Seals actually split on the bottom there. So if we count these, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14 of them from the bottom. And normally if these are a little greasy, they kind of stay put. So again, we had 14 on the bottom. I'm just going to put this tray underneath it so we'll catch them if they fall through, hopefully. We'll start at the top. Nah, they're just all falling through. That one's by the back tire of the Honda. Oh my god, I hate this. I hate this so much. Handy tool. Adjusting carburetors and digging bearing balls out. Okay, so they're pretty different in color. So see if I can get these 14 back. 15? Maybe. So now we'll count these for the top. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's 19 there. 14 there. Plus this one I think might go down there, so there's 15. So are we missing 5 balls? Or where do all these go? That's why these are so much fun. So I'm gonna have to try and find an old parts fish or something to see how many balls go where. Or I could just see if there's an all balls racing kit with tapered bearings and new raceways to drop in there. One of the real joys of these raceways here, if you need to replace them, you got to get something underneath them and hammer them out. So a lot of guys will take a screwdriver and bend like a 90 on them and then figure out a way to like just use their hand as a slide hammer to pull them out. Or guys use spring pullers or all kinds of stuff, or you go all the way through from one side to tap out the one on the opposite side. So it doesn't really matter which way you do it. Oh, hey, I just dropped a ball. I found more. I bet you that I wasn't paying attention because I'm trying to do a YouTube video. And another one dropped. Very, very carefully. I just grabbed one with my finger when I was feeling that raceway and it dropped out. And I caught that one, and two more fell out. So there are three more. And there is one, which is four more. Hey, I think I got them all. Let's just count those really quickly again. 1819. 18, 19. 19 and 19. There we go. So I got all 19 at the top and 19 at the bottom. You gotta be really careful. It's usually good to have a second set of eyes and second set of hands when you're doing this, or set up some kind of contraption to catch all this crap and have a cleaner shop floor than I do. I was very careful when I sensed one drop. Listen for it, look for it. You need to find it back, because they're not necessarily bad, it's just loose. But usually when they're loose, you need to re-grease them. Now when you put this back together, you can just add grease and it keeps everything in place, and then you'll be fine. Reassembly it's messy, but it's way easier. It's when it's all dry and dirty like this, and they fall out, that's when the anger happens. So this is by far one of the better cases of I didn't lose all my balls when I took this apart. So if I look over here on my toolbox somewhere, there it is. Now the other option is all balls racing. Like I said, they have a kit where you hammer these raceways out, you put new ones in, they have tapered bearings. Usually when you have such a shallow dish like this, the tapered bearings sit a little high. And if I remember right, when I did that on my CV750, it came with a new cap like this. It was a little bit taller to cover that bearing. So I think I'm going to get away with just cleaning this up really nice and re-greasing it. So that is a win. Now this is not, because I do not have the key for this, but I might just cut that off and weld it shut. But the thing about this is the VIN is right here, but the numbers are actually stamped in over here. So if the sticker goes away, the number's still in it there, but state, D.U.M.B, DVS, whatever they call it, they get really itchy when you start modifying the Nexus stuff. So I might just have to leave that until it's completely road legal and then go back and knock it off. So that's the work on the neck for today. I think we'll go ahead and see, that's that lower race. There's that upper race. I think they're fine. They're not heavily grooved, they're just heavily dirty. You can see there's a little track through them, if I can get it to focus. But there's a little track through them right there where the balls ran, and it's just dirt. It's not dirt and dry grease. It's not worn, so we'll reuse them. So that makes me happy.